You asked and we listened. After so many of you told us you wanted the entire Book of Enoch, we're finally bringing it to you, starting with the first and most mysterious section, the Book of the Watchers. This is where it all begins. These are the chapters that reveal the shocking story of the angels who were sent to watch over humanity. But instead, they fell. They broke the divine order, took human wives, and unleashed forbidden knowledge into the world. What followed was a wave of chaos, corruption, and the birth of giants. But there was one man, Enoch, who walked with God and saw everything. He wrote it all down. In this video, we take you from chapter 1 through 36, the full, unfiltered account of the Watchers, straight from the ancient text itself. No commentary, just the words that have fascinated and disturbed readers for thousands of years. Get ready. You're about to enter a world few have ever truly explored. The Book of Enoch, chapter 1. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed him, and from them he heard everything. From them he understood as he saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is to come. Concerning the elect, he said and took up his parable. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai. He will appear from his camp, and in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. All shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake. Great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. The high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low. They shall melt like wax before the flame. The earth shall be wholly torn apart, and all that is upon the earth shall perish. There shall be a judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect. Mercy shall be upon them. They shall all belong to God. They shall be prospered, and they shall all be blessed. He will help them all, and light shall appear unto them. He will make peace with them. Behold, he comes with 10,000s of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly. He will convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness which they have committed, and of all the harsh things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. The Book of Enoch, chapter 2. Behold the works of God and see them with your eyes, how they never fail, and how all the works of God are ascribed to him. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain lie upon it. The Book of Enoch, chapter 3. Observe and see how all the trees appear withered, and all their leaves are stripped, except 14 trees, which are not stripped, which remain with the old leaves until the new comes after 2 or 3 years. The Book of Enoch, chapter 4. And again observe the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it, and you seek shade and shelter because of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with growing heat, and so you cannot tread on the earth or on a rock because of its heat. The Book of Enoch, chapter 5. Observe how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Understand and know for yourselves that the living God made them this way for you. All his works go on from year to year forever, and all the tasks they perform for him do not change. As God has ordained, so it is done. Behold how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish, and do not change their tasks from his commandments. But you have not been steadfast, nor have you done the commandments of the Lord. You have turned away and spoken proud and hard words, with your impure mouths against his greatness. O you hard-hearted, you shall find no peace. Therefore you shall curse your days, and the years of your life shall perish. The years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal execration, and you shall find no mercy. In those days you shall make your names an eternal curse to all the righteous, and the sinners shall be forever ashamed. All those who die in sin shall be forgotten. But for the righteous, they shall shine as the lights of heaven. They shall shine forth, and be as the stars forever. Their dwelling shall be with the angels in heaven. What need will they have for food or thirst or garments? They shall not hunger nor thirst. And the light of righteousness shall be their covering, and the glory of the Great One shall be their light. The Book of Enoch, chapter 6. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin." And they all answered him and said, "Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan but to do this thing." Then they all swore together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And these are the names of their leaders: Semjaza their leader, Arakiba, Ramiel, Kokabeel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Danel, Ezekiel, Barakijel, Asael, Armoros, Bateriel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samsapil, Satarel, Turel, Jomjel, Serial. These are their chiefs of tens. Chapter 7. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And the women became pregnant, and they bore great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells. These consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts, and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Chapter 8. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, Armoros the resolving of enchantments, Barakijel taught astrology, Kokabel the constellations, Ezekiel the knowledge of the clouds, Arakil the signs of the earth, Shamzil the signs of the sun, and Serial the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. Chapter 9. Then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven, and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said to one another, "The earth made without inhabitant cries the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, Bring our cause before the Most High." And they said to the Lord of the ages, "Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of thy glory stands unto all the generations of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. Thou hast made all things, and power over all things hast thou. And all things are naked and open in thy sight, and thou sayest all things, and nothing can hide itself from thee. Thou sayest what Azazel hath done, who hath taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. And Semjaza, to whom thou hast given authority to bear rule over his associates, and they have gone to the daughters of men upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and revealed to them all kinds of sins. And the women have borne giants, and the whole earth has thereby been filled with blood and unrighteousness. And now, behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suit to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations have ascended, and cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought on the earth. And thou knowest all things before they come to pass, and thou sayest these things and dost suffer them, and thou dost not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these. Chapter 10. Then said the Most High, the Holy and Great One, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah and tell him in my name, Hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. And now instruct him that he may escape, and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. And again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudiel, and cast him therein. And place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire. And heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. And to Gabriel said the Lord, proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of the watchers from amongst men. Send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days shall they not have. And no request that they make of thee shall be granted unto their fathers on their behalf. For they hope to live an eternal life, and that each one of them will live 500 years. And the Lord said unto Michael, Go, bind Simjaza and his associates who have united themselves with women, so as to have defiled themselves with them in all their uncleanness. And when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, till the day of their judgment and of their consummation, till the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire, and to the torment and the prison in which they shall be confined forever. And whosoever shall be condemned and destroyed will from thenceforth be bound together with them to the end of all generations. And destroy all the spirits of the reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end. And let the plant of righteousness and truth appear. And it shall prove a blessing. The works of righteousness and truth shall be planted in truth and joy forevermore. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live till they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall they complete in peace. And then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall all be planted with trees, and be full of blessing. And all desirable trees shall be planted on it, and they shall plant vines on it. And the vine which they plant shall yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seed which is sown, each measure shall bear 1,000, and each measure of olives shall yield 10 presses of oil. And cleanse thou the earth from all oppression, and from all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all godlessness. And all the uncleanness that is wrought upon the earth destroy from off the earth. And all the children of men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration, and shall praise me, and all shall worship me. And the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment. And I will never again send upon it from generation to generation and forever. Chapter 11. And in those days I will open the store chambers of blessing which are in the heaven, so as to send them down upon the earth over the work and labor of the children of men. And truth and peace shall be associated together throughout all the days of the world and throughout all the generations of men. Chapter 12. Before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of majesty and the King of the ages, and lo, the watchers called me, Enoch the scribe, and said to me, Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, go, declare to the watchers of the heaven who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth, and ye shall have no peace nor forgiveness of sin. Because of your deeds ye have shed the blood of men, and have defiled the earth with your sin. Ye shall have no peace or length of days. Chapter 13. And Enoch went and said, Azazel, thou shalt have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against thee to put thee in bonds. And thou shalt not have toleration nor request granted to thee, because of the unrighteousness which thou hast taught, and because of all the works of godlessness and unrighteousness and sin which thou hast shown to men. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven. For from thenceforward they could not speak with him, nor lift up their eyes to heaven for shame of their sins for which they had been condemned. Then I wrote out their petition, and the prayer in regard to their spirits and their deeds individually, and in regard to their requests that they should have forgiveness and length of days. And I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon. I read their petition till I fell asleep. And behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me, and I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice came bidding me to tell it to the sons of heaven and reprimand them. And when I awaked, I came unto them, and they were all sitting gathered together, weeping in Abel's jail, which is between Lebanon and Sinezer, with their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, And I began to speak the words of righteousness and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. Chapter 14. And I made a name for myself there, and they called me the scribe of righteousness. And I made my abode among them, and there was much peace and joy among the righteous. But behold, the heavens were opened, and I saw a vision, and I was greatly afraid. For I saw the watchers, those who had left their stations, standing on the edge of the earth. And I heard their voices crying out, saying, Woe to us, for we have fallen and cannot rise. And I heard the voice of the Holy One, and it came to me, saying, Enoch, go and speak to the watchers, and tell them, Ye have defiled the earth, and your deeds have caused the souls of men to sin. Therefore, go and tell the watchers that they will be bound in chains and cast into the abyss of fire for their unrighteousness. They will be judged and condemned for all eternity. And I went, and they were bound in chains and cast into the abyss of fire. And the earth trembled, and the mountains were shaken, and there was great fear among the nations. And after this, the Most High gave me a vision of the righteous. And I saw the judgment that was to come, and I rejoiced, for the righteous would be saved, and the wicked would be cast away into the fire. Chapter 15. And he answered and said to me, Enoch, why do you ask me concerning the watchers, and why do you question me about the judgment of the wicked? You have come to the right place to speak of these things, and to speak of the judgment that will come upon the wicked and the righteous. And he said, The watchers are the ones who have transgressed the law, who have left their heavenly habitation, and have defiled themselves with women, and have taught the secrets of heaven to the sons of men. These have been bound in chains, and their sin shall never be forgiven. They will remain imprisoned until the day of the great judgment, when they shall be cast into the abyss of fire. However, the righteous shall be redeemed, and they will dwell in the garden of peace forever. But the sinners and the wicked, who have polluted the earth and the souls of men, will face the fire and the punishment of the eternal flames. And now tell the watchers who have sent you to intercede for them, that they will never have peace. And the souls of the children of men will cry out to the heavens for their sins, but they will not be heard, for their works are wicked. And behold, I will give them a final chance to repent, but they will refuse, and they will be cast away forever. Chapter 16. From the days of the slaughter and destruction and death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits, having gone forth, shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the day of the consummation, the great judgment in which the age shall be consummated, over the watchers and the godless, shall be wholly consummated. And now as to the watchers who have sent thee to intercede for them, who had been aforetime in heaven, say to them, You have been in heaven, but all the mysteries had not been revealed to you, and you knew worthless ones, and these in the hardness of your hearts you have made known to the women, and through these mysteries women and men work much evil on earth. Say to them, therefore, You have no peace. Chapter 17. And they took and brought me to a place in which those who were there were like flaming fire, and when they wished they appeared as men. And they brought me to the place of darkness, and to a mountain the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw the places of the luminaries and the treasuries of the stars and of the thunder, and in the uttermost depths, where were a fiery bow and arrows in their quiver, and a fiery sword and all the lightnings. And they took me to the living waters, and to the fire of the west, which receives every setting of the sun. And I came to a river of fire, in which the fire flows like water, and discharges itself into the great sea towards the west. I saw the great rivers, and came to the great river, and to the great darkness, and went to the place where no flesh walks. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter, and the place whence all the waters of the deep flow. I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouth of the deep. Chapter 18. I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished with them the whole creation, and the firm foundations of the earth. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth and the firmament of the heaven. And I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven, and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of the heaven. I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circumference of the sun and all the stars to their setting. I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above. And I proceeded and saw a place which burns day and night, where there are 7 mountains of magnificent stones, 3 towards the east and 3 towards the south. And as for those towards the east, one was of colored stone, and one of pearl, and one of jacinth, and those towards the south of red stone. But the middle one reached to heaven like the throne of God, of alabaster, and the summit of the throne was of sapphire. And I saw a flaming fire. And beyond these mountains is a region the end of the great earth. There the heavens were completed. And I saw a deep abyss, with columns of heavenly fire, and among them I saw columns of fire fall, which were beyond measure alike in respect of height and depth. And beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of the heaven above, and no firmly founded earth beneath it. There was no water upon it, and no birds, but it was a waste and horrible place. I saw there 7 stars like great burning mountains, and to me, when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, "This place is the end of heaven and earth. This has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven. And the stars which roll over the fire are they which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. And he was wroth with them, and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated even for 10,000 years." Chapter 19. And Uriel said to me, "Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits assuming many different forms are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. And here shall they stand till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen." Chapter 20. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. Serachiel, one of the holy angels, who is set over the spirits, who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels, who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Ramiel, one of the holy angels, whom God set over those who rise. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic. And I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, "For what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither?" Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me and was chief over them, and said, "Enoch, why dost thou ask, and why art thou eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years, the time entailed by their sins, are consummated. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former, and I saw a horrible thing. A great fire there which burned and blazed, and the place had a cleft reaching into the abyss, full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent nor magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, "How fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon!" Then answered Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, "Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright?" And I answered, "Because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain." And he said unto me, "This place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever." Chapter 22. And thence I went to another place, and he showed me in the west another great and high mountain and of hard rock. And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places and deep and dark to look at! Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, "These hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein. Yea, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, and till their appointed period. And this has been made a separation for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of water. And this has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain till the great day of judgment and punishment and torment of those who curse forever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners. And this has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous but sinners, who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. Chapter 23. From thence I went to another place to the west of the ends of the earth. And I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but continued always the same. And I asked, saying, What is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me and said unto me, This course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. Chapter 24. And from thence I went to another place on the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire that burned day and night. And I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other, and the stones were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, one founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other, and deep rough ravines, no one of which joined with the other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt, neither was any among them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and would wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and was their leader. Chapter 25. And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree, and why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all, and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter. And its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed I the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them and promised to give to them. Chapter 26. And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming. And there I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow valley. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain. And to the west thereof there was another mountain, lower than the former and of small elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the 3 mountains. And all the ravines were deep and narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine, yet I marveled very much. Chapter 27. Then said I, For what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, This accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and set forth his glory and lauded him gloriously. Chapter 28. And thence I went towards the east into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants. And water gushed forth from above. Rushing like a copious watercourse which flowed towards the northwest, it caused clouds, and dew to ascend on every side. Chapter 29. And thence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. And beyond these, I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water. And therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees such as the mastic. And on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. And beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. And I saw other mountains, and among them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them a sweet-smelling fragrance, like frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the resin tree. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees, and all the trees were full of stacte, being like almond trees. And when one burned it, it smelled sweeter than any fragrant odor. Chapter 32. And after these fragrant odors, as I looked towards the north over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains, far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it and passed over the angel Zodiel. And I came to the garden of righteousness, and from afar off trees more numerous than I had ever seen, trees of great fragrance, greatly beautiful and glorious. And the tree of wisdom, whereof they eat and know great wisdom, was in that garden. It looked like the tamarind tree, bearing fruit that resembled grapes, extremely fine, and its fragrance spread far and wide. And I said, This tree is beautiful to behold, pleasing in its leaves and its fruit delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of this tree, and why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain that thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall descend to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no flesh has authority to touch it until the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all, and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter. And its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth. And no sorrow or plague shall touch them in their lifetime, nor in the day of judgment. Chapter 33. And thence I went to the ends of the earth and saw their great beasts, and each differed from the other, and birds also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, their voices differing one from another. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of the heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets, of each individual star by itself, according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions, and their times and their months, as Uriel the holy angel who was with me showed me. He showed me all things and wrote them down for me, also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. Chapter 34. And from thence I went towards the north to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious device at the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good. But when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction on the earth, and they blow with violence. Chapter 35. And from thence I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals, and the same number of outlets. Chapter 36. And from thence I went to the south to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals of the heaven. And from them come dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory, and I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels and to spirits and to men, so that they might praise his work and all his creation. Most people have never heard of the Book of Enoch, and those who have often don't realize just how powerful and eye-opening it truly is. The first section of this ancient text is known as the Book of the Watchers, and it contains knowledge so profound, so spiritually awakening, that it was once considered essential reading by early believers. In fact, it was directly quoted in the New Testament, Jude 1 verses 14 to 15. Yet it was later banned from most versions of the Bible. Why? because it exposes deep spiritual truths, secrets about angels, judgment, heaven, earth, and the end of days, truths that many forces throughout history tried to keep hidden. Chapters 1 to 36 of the Book of Enoch tell a story unlike any you've heard. It begins with a prophecy of judgment for both the fallen angels and corrupt humanity. We learn about the Watchers, angels who were sent to watch over mankind, but who fell into temptation and sinned by mating with human women. Their offspring became the Nephilim, giant beings that brought violence and destruction to the earth. These fallen angels also corrupted mankind by teaching forbidden knowledge: sorcery, vanity, astrology, and even the art of war. The Book of the Watchers reveals how these sins led to a broken world, and how God responded with righteous judgment. But this book doesn't just speak of punishment, it reveals hope. Enoch, a man who walked with God, is taken on a heavenly journey where he sees visions of the future, learns the secrets of the stars, the weather, and even the hidden gates of heaven. He is shown what will happen to the souls of the righteous and the wicked, and he records God's promises to restore justice and truth. Many people ask, why was this book removed from the Bible? The answer is simple: it reveals too much. It breaks open the hidden history of humanity, the origin of evil, and the spiritual war happening behind the scenes. It calls us to repentance. It reminds us of what has been forgotten. And now, in our generation, the Book of Enoch is resurfacing for a reason, because time is short and the world is waking up. If this message has opened your eyes or stirred something inside of you, I invite you to go deeper. Comment below and say, I want part 3, so we can continue with the next section of Enoch together. There is so much more to uncover. Wisdom that was once lost is now returning to those who are ready to receive it.